Morning.
Morning, darling.
How are my mellow birds this fine Saturday morning?
Mellow
Tweeting
bird.
for you, dear.
Well, it shows too wet without me to continue the metaphor. How
So
are
true.
you? Good to see you. Great.
Yes, do you know what I did? Do you know what I did yesterday?
Stuart.
Is somebody at the door, Richard?
Honestly, I went for a run, Richard,
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm
Yeah.
still alive.
Oh, Debs. Well, that was great. That tilted the whole world on its axis. Well done.
Yes, it did.
It is.
Made the difference.
It is good to get out. It's that sort of thing where you go at the moment, because I think I've told you, haven't I, that I'm doing a lot of cycling on the Santander bikes that used to be called Boris bikes, the city bikes all around and stuff. And of course, you get somewhere and there's sort of nowhere to go. So we went on our bikes down to Deptford, south of the river, because I wanted to get to Greenwich, and it was quite a nice day. So I thought we'll get to Greenwich. But in that part of London, they don't have the stations where you can deposit the bikes. So we had to take the bike down under the Thames in the tunnel. The lift going down worked, but the one coming back up the other side.
Oh my goodness.
It's quite the hit workout, but yeah, it was fantastic. But you've got to feel the breeze in your hair, Debs. I'm with you for that. I mean, in the absence of anyone actually running their fingers through it, it's the closest we ever get to some sort of frisson. So
Can I ask, darling, do you think
True.
the speed that Debbie was running, that she would have felt the wind through her hair?
How dare you?
Slow-mo.
I was
Slow-mo.
You
Deb-
have
I
no
speak truth.
idea how my little legs were, how fast they were.
I think that I rest my case. I rest my case.
Yeah, you can only go so far at a peak toe cork wedge, Debbie. As we well know, we're coming up, we're building up to the year's anniversary of the WonderBirds, which obviously means a year, almost a year under lockdown, or certainly with some restrictions in place. And I just thought I'd kick off this week, and I know you've got a copy of this as well, but it's a beautiful, beautiful piece from Helen Field, who penned this on the 1st of March this very year in history. And I think it will go down in history as well.
Well, we'll go down somewhere. I was going to say, go down is a good...
Would you stop? Would you all stop talking about going down? Can we move on, please? It's Saturday morning.
In some way, shape or form, this will end up in a time capsule or possibly my recycling. But in the meantime, before I laminate it or frame it and put it up in Dickie's den, I thought I'd kick off with the first 4 verses and end with a flourish, and then you girls can contribute your verse as and when you see fit. So this is by Helen E. Field, Ode to the Wild and Wacky WonderBirds. What a lovely bunch the WonderBirds are, and such talented women too. In these god-awful lockdown times, we just love their hullabaloo. Whoever thought it would catch on, this sharing of private Zoom calls, exposing their chin wagging to the world? They had to have some balls. They'll natter about pretty much anything, from feet to dogs and hair. How managing their growing roots just leaves them in despair. Their guests are just hilarious. Paul O'Grady's an absolute star, and Gok Wan was an inspiring hoot. These podcasts will go far.
Now, Harriet, she's the bossy one. No wonder she's such a success. These casting folk dare not refuse. All producers are at her behest.
Debbie's undisputed soap opera queen, and I reckon the glamour puss. But again, her achievements leave us aghast and show this woman's no wuss.
And what a role model Sherry is. So funny, strong and smart. Who bet she's the one who keeps those girls from publicly airing their farts?
And as for the lovely, quieter, I dispute that, Dee, well, the rest can take a hike. For this bird's got the biggest balls and yearns for a motorbike.
May the fabulous 4 continue to meet and share their stories and fun. Because let's face it, we all like a chat when all is said and done. I say to all you women out there, this nest of birds is a hit. Let them into your lives 3 times a week and forget about lockdown shit. Bravo!
Yay!
Thank you, Helen. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Helen, darling. Fabulous.
The show does actually go 4 times a week, and there seems to be, is it just me reading between the lines? There seems to be a glaring omission.
Yes. Well, exactly, which is why I wrote this little poem just for you. Oh,
Yes. Richard's show from Dickie's Den every Saturday at 10. Our favourite film, our worst faux pas. The topics can get quite bizarre. Cartoon classics, cheese and wine. Each week the shows are quite divine. Richard's jokes are all we need, told with style at lightning speed. We always hang on every word. We love our honorary WonderBird.
Oh, that is brilliant.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Every
that
word.
was
For another
lovely.
10 minutes, they're being all right.
So gorgeous.
Isn't that amazing? Well, I have to say, when I read this, when Dee, you forwarded it to me this week, and I thought, you know what, it's such a lovely tribute to you all, because it's quite the commitment gathering 4 times a week, as you have done. And I know you're all firm friends, and it's been such a terrible time for a lot of people up and down the country, and you have brought much cheer, even to my good self, each week.
Oh.
I think it's terrific. And so thank you, Helen, for that, because I think that is absolutely magnificent. I shan't recycle it. I shall keep it right here in Dickie's Den. And
Yes.
find-
See, you've got to
find
set
the
a
next-
special
find out
verse.
for the next backwater.
That was a lovely poem, Dee, for Richard.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
thank
Evan.
you.
It was true, but it was lovely.
I meant it, every word. I'm going to send
You've
it
got
to
to
you.
send it. Send it to
I
Richard.
will.
With a lip, they should be
Send
able
it
to
to all of us.
it.
Send it to all of
Absolutely.
us, please, darling.
I will. I will. Thank you. I just loved writing it, darling, for you.
Well, who'd have thought that the show would ever take a literary turn? I feel almost culture today.
Steady, steady. Please bring us
Exactly.
back down to earth, darling,
Yes,
immediately.
darling.
Let's-
No, that was fun. That was really good
How are you?
fun.
What's going on, Dickie Den?
What's
Darling.
going on with Dickie's Den? Oh, what have I been doing this week? Who have I spoken to this week?
That's interesting.
You've been very busy.
I'm trying to think. When you get up as early as I do, it's all a bit of a blur. Well, it was a bit of a momentous occasion on Friday, because, as you know, on Fridays up until the end of March, I'll be just going in on Fridays into the actual studio. And they've now got if you've seen Good Morning Britain this week, they've got a brand new huge desk so that we can all sit on it from a socially distanced and safety point of view. So it was lovely. I was on with Ben and Kate, and it's a year to the week, the very week that I was last sat at that desk, which at the time, of course, was a lot smaller. And I was flying off to the States, and then, of course, had to fly back very, very quickly because the whole world just changed overnight. So it was really surreal being back there. And I think a lot of people this week are going to be feeling, blimey, that's 12 months. That's 12 months. But I'm beginning to feel like it's really rattling along now. You know, Easter just feels like it's a blink of an eye away, which is great news, you know. But I think a lot of people will be looking back now on the last 12 months. And you girls aside, of course, because you've achieved something wonderful with the WonderBirds. But, you know, when you see people and they've done the most extraordinary things, and you think, all I've done really is drink gin and build Lego. If my godchildren ever say to me, what did you do during the global pandemic, Uncle Richard? Be like, oh, anyway, let's move on. Yeah.
Well, you ate and drank, darling. We know what you did.
Studio, is the feeling in the studio that things are beginning? You know, like people coming in, and is it starting?
It isn't there aren't sort of people coming in, that the footfall is still very much reduced, but an extra camera went in today. This is all very technical, but I think sort of it's my personal feeling that hopefully, as it opens up and perhaps come the autumn, we'll have guests in. It may happen sooner, you know. Vaccines. Dolly Parton sang this week, so hopefully
Yeah.
paved the way for us to
Brilliantly.
be united properly.
did.
You know?
Wonderful.
I love the fact that Dolly Parton had that little slashed top.
Yes.
Wasn't it brilliant?
And still
So brilliant.
for which she's well renowned. And I just thought, oh, what a shame, what a waste that I can't get my chaps out and have my jab in my bottom, because, you know, a lovely pair of backless trousers that I could sport, that if I go to Lord's to get my jab. But there's an image for you on a Saturday morning. But yeah, I thought she did a great job. And you know what the wonderful thing is about someone like Dolly stepping up to the fray and having this vaccine and stuff is paving the way for you know, or inspiring people to get it done, whatever age you are, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I think a lot of people will change because of the schools. You know, the schools will, and now that they're going back on, you know, on Monday, I think everything is going to feel a lot different. Well, especially, you know, I'm sure because we've all got kids who are homeschooling at the moment, and they're all going insane. I mean, absolutely insane, because they're also, you know, and I think they're going to be so relieved. We had Casey Ainsworth on yesterday, who said that she was going to lie on the floor and drink gin now that her kids
and eat cake. And eat cake. And we are going to honour her by doing the same, just because we want to support all the parents.
Yes.
Oh, Sherry.
Oh, matchy.
That's right.
Well, there must have been a run on it, Paper Chase, before they. I'm going to leave it there, ladies. I love you loads. We'll see you next Saturday.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you for
Love
reading us our
you.
poem.
Wonderbird.
Love you, darling.